Hey Floss Tube, this is Brian. Welcome back. This is my 64th Floss Tube video, and I plan on sharing with you what I have been working on. First of all, I want to welcome you. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I hope that you enjoy the things that I have to share with you. And if you are returning, thank you for coming back and watching my videos. It's been a great couple of weeks, and yes, it's been a couple weeks. I decided not to do a video last week, and there's a good reason for that. I actually think I kind of jinxed myself the last video I made. I had somebody ask me about whether or not I had my hands got any pain from stitching, and I said, no, I've never had any problems. And then a couple of days after I made that video, I started getting some pain in one of my arms. It looks like I've sprained a tendon, and I am not quite sure what I did to do that. I was given a brace to wear and told to rest my arm. And so I decided this whole last week that I wasn't going to stitch. And it didn't make sense to me to make a video when I had plans not to stitch that week. So I've taken a week off. It's been kind of hard. Yeah. I don't know what to do with myself if I'm not stitching in the evenings. So I've been reading and just trying to find something to occupy myself. At any rate, I think I'm going to try to start stitching this week again, although I am planning on taking it a little bit easy. No great big long stitching sessions until we figure out where this tendon problem is coming from and understand it. At any rate, I have lots of stuff to share with you, and I hope that you enjoy what I have to share. Before I get started sharing with you what I have done, I just want to respond to a couple of questions that I had. The first question that I had was from Karen Davis Macon, and she asked me how I plan to finish the Hometown Holiday series that I've been working on. I did a couple of pieces in the series that I showed in my last video. And right now I think I'm going to make them into flat folds. But that's a long ways down the road. I don't want to make the flat folds until I have everything stitched, because I want them all to look very similar. So I'm not really thinking about how I'm going to finish them yet. The other question that I had was from 1856 Brick House, and she asked me about my parents' ranch. She asked if we have any wild horse bands, and no, there's no wild horses there. I don't know that wild horses are a thing in Idaho. I think they're more prevalent in the southwest of the country. There is wildlife there, of course. While I was up there, I saw some deer there. So there's deer, porcupines, skunks, what we call rock chucks. I don't know if that's their official name. They're kind of a big, kind of beaver-sized rodent, and gophers. Rattlesnakes, there's lots of rattlesnakes down in the lower section of my parents' ranch. So we always learned how to deal with rattlesnakes, but no wild horses. If they get a really bad winter, especially up in the high country, then they will have elk come down, but that's kind of rare to see elk come down from the high country. We've seen some moose in the area, so yeah, there's all sorts of wildlife, but no wild horses. Let's talk about what I've been working on. So the last time that I talked to you, I spun my wheel, and it spun up a new start. And while I was making it, and I said, I think I'm going to start 101 alphabets. And my wife was in the kitchen, which is just over here, and I didn't hear her. She said, and she was saying, start something Christmas. And I kind of thought about that, because this is about the time of the year that I start thinking about Christmas stitching, but I don't really have anything Christmassy that's calling to me. So I decided to start 101 alphabets. So that's this pattern. It's a design by Rosewood Manor. I don't know if there's 101 alphabets on this, so I am going to try to count them as I go to make sure. And I've already finished a few of the alphabets. So I'll show you what it looks like. I am stitching this on 36 count Evenweave. It's called Ivory, and it's a fabric by Flair, which is, I didn't realize this until I pulled it out of the package. The color is actually stamped is actually printed onto the fabric. So if you look at the back, I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but this is the back. It's white, and the front is ivory, which is kind of different. When I turn things over to secure ends and stuff, and then turn it back to the ivory, it kind of plays with my eyes. Of course, this is a huge piece. It's one of the largest that I've ever stitched. And just to give you a feel, this is the size of my fabric. It's like almost 36. Well, it's not quite square. It may look square, but it's at least 3 feet square, maybe a little bit more. And as you can see, I've started down in the lower left-hand corner, and compared to where I've started, that kind of gives you a feel for where the borders are. So this entire piece of fabric will be filled with stitching when it's finished. It's huge. I didn't realize how big it was. Well, I knew it was big, but actually seeing that and seeing how much fabric this is was kind of a wake-up call to me. So the pattern is big. It has 54 pages. Now her pages are smaller than the normal page because she leaves room to put the color key on every single page, which is really nice. But yeah, so 54 pages. So there's a lot of pages, and this is you kind of saw it. I'm going to give you a closer look. This is what I've been able to stitch. So I have stitched 1, 2, 3 alphabets and have started on a 4th. I'll give you a close look. Now, when I was worried about this pattern when I first saw it, because there are a lot of single stitches of single colors and a lot of color changes, and I was worried about that because, you know, to me it looked like it was going to be really fiddly, and it is a little bit, but I really enjoyed working on this. It was really fun, in spite of the fact that it was just, there's a lot of color changes. So I've stitched, this is the first alphabet that I stitched, and then I stitched this alphabet, which is all back stitched, and then I started this alphabet. This alphabet is going to go clear over here, so I decided not to finish it. And then here's more back stitch. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm really enjoying this, and I'm excited to work on more of it. This was a piece why I was tempted to continue working on it, even though my week was up. This little butterfly here is really cool. I really like this flower. So yeah, I'm excited to see what else shows up. It's been, like I say, it's been really fun. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. And I've really enjoyed working on it. So we'll look forward to seeing this progress in many more videos to come, I hope. Okay? Okay, so that's what I've been working on. I am going to spin my wheel to see what I'm going to work on this week. And I've had a couple of people who have been trying to help me with this app. This is the Tiny Decisions app, but it's on my Kindle and not on iOS. And I played with this. There is a setting where you say don't pick a new option until everything has been selected, and I have that selected. I have the iOS app as well, and on that app I can spin and leave it for what, a week, and come back and spin again, and the project that was selected is grayed out, and it kind of holds its state. This one, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's just not graying out the ones that if I spin it over and over again, it will gray out the projects that have already been selected. But when I wait a week and come back, it looks to me like the wheel has been reset. So I think there's something going on with the app on Android. So I'm just dealing with it. So I'm going to spin this again. If it comes up with something that I have already worked on this rotation, I am going to spin it again. It hasn't done that yet, so maybe it remembers and it's just not displaying things correctly, but we're dealing with it. So here we go. Four Seasons. Okay, that's a good one. That would be a really good one to work on. So I'll just refresh for you what Four Seasons is. I just need to find it. This is a design by Modern Folk Embroidery, and it was the stitch along that he did for 2018. I'm stitching it on 35 count classic homespun. I am stitching with Silks for You. I think the color is PR 175, which is a really pretty royal blue color that I really like. And this is what it looks like so far. So I've stitched winter and summer, winter and spring, and I think I'm down here going to work on summer. So this is really pretty. I don't think the camera is going to show it up, but there's some very subtle, tonal variation. I can't talk. There's some very subtle tonal variegation in the color with the floss, with the silk, and it's been really fun to stitch on. I am excited to get something done here, so we'll see how much of summer I can stitch. Yeah, this is one of those things where I pull it out and it looks really great, and when I see it, it's like, you know, I've missed working on this. So yeah, I'm excited to work on this. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on. As I said, I'm probably going to be taking it easy. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to accomplish this week. I'm just going to start stitching kind of slow. But we'll see what I can accomplish. Okay. One more thing before I go. I mentioned in my last video that I have hit 4,000 subscribers, and I kind of had a hard time coming up with something that I wanted to do for a giveaway, but I have something. So this is kind of my contribution to Sampler September, which is the kind of the theme of the month, thanks to Kitten Stitcher, who's Teresa Vanette. This is how I'm going to participate in Sampler September. I've already stitched a sampler, but I'm going to do this. And I guess this is kind of a sampler too. So I picked three sampler designs that I like, that I would like to give away. So I have 3 designs that I want to give away. And if you would like to enter a drawing for any of these designs, all you have to do is use the keyword in the comments below. The way I'm going to choose the winner is I'm going to use the random YouTube comment picker. I do not know if the search that it does is case sensitive or not. So when you enter in your keyword to enter into the drawing, make sure that you enter it in all lowercase, just to make sure that your comment gets is one of the ones that will be selected for the drawing. Okay, so this is really great. Here are three designs that I want to give away. The first one is from Scattered Seed Sampler. This is Lydia Barnes Pigeon 1827, and I really like this one. It's got a deer, and then there's a saying up above. I don't know if I can read it. Wisdom is attained by the assertion of your intellectual power, by the lessons of intelligent tutors, by the instruction and conduct of worthy parents, by the perusal of the best authors, and by attendance in public worship, and by copying the example of Jesus, who increased in wisdom and stature and is forever with God and man. I really like the border on this. I don't know if you can see it, but the border is really cool. So yeah, so Lydia Barnes Pigeon 1827. If you would like to enter in the drawing for this, use the word pigeon in the comments. She spells her name with a D, but we will use pigeon like the bird, okay? So there's that. The second design that I'm giving away is the Red House Sampler by Brenda Keys, the sampler company. I really like this sampler, and I have my own copy that I hope to. This is one of the pieces that I would like to start sooner rather than later. So Red House Sampler. It's basically an alphabet with a house. And this is another border that I really like. These samplers, it's the borders that attract me more than what's on the inside sometimes. So, yeah. So if you want to enter the drawing for this one, let's use the keyword red in your comments. And the third chart that I'm giving away is Feliz Navidad. This is by Blackbird Designs. They have a series of Christmas samplers, and I think this is the second in the series. And I really like this too. And of course, it's Christmas themed. This is a perfect time to start Christmas, as I mentioned. And it's also got a little bit of Spanish in it, so that's cool also. So if you would like to be entered into the drawing for this one, use the keyword blackbird. No, that's two birds. Let's use the keyword feliz, okay? F-E-L-I-Z. Okay, so if you would like to, if you would like to win any of those charts, use those keywords in the comments below when you leave a comment. I would like to thank all of you. I can hardly believe that I have 4,000 subscribers. And I really appreciate everyone who has subscribed. I appreciate that you watch my videos and that you leave comments and ask questions. I really appreciate that. So feel free to continue to comment and like my videos. I had somebody comment that they said, what did he say? He said, nothing against you, but I don't know why this is showing up in my recommended videos list. So I don't know why he didn't just dislike my video, but I know he didn't because at the time I didn't have any dislikes. But that is proof to me that sometimes our videos get put in recommendations of people who are not necessarily interested in cross stitch, and I think that's where most of the thumbs down come from. That's my proof. Anyway, I hope that you have a great week. As always, you can follow me on Instagram to see my daily progress. I am at blitstitch on Instagram. Thank you so much for all of your time. I hope that you have a great week, and we will talk to you later. Goodbye.